All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We already crushed the 7K subscriber goal, so we are going to update that board here for you guys. Look at Joe Burrow, looking at all these nice, tasty giveaways. We have the 8K sub jersey giveaway. We have the 9K sub sports memorabilia giveaway, 10K subs, the big one, $1,000 giveaway, and the 12K subs. We're going to send a couple people to a game of their choice. Guys, we are very excited for the football season, but no more talking. Let's get right into this video, Trey. All right, guys, let's get into some NCAA football picks and props for Saturday, September 16th slate of games. Take a look at that leaderboard, Trey. Start us off.
Yeah, and at the moment, I am 0 for 0, but it's looking good so far because I gave out the Maryland Terps minus 13.5 versus Virginia. It's a 7-point game at the moment as we are recording. Halftime just got over, and Maryland scored a quick touchdown. Got to hold out faith that they're going to finish strong here and win by 2 touchdowns for us.
Seth?
Yeah, and I took Army plus 11.5 on the spread. They're currently winning by 3, so they'd really have to collapse to not cover the spread here, so we're looking good there.
Yeah, guys, I have Utah State plus 7.5 on the alt spread going up against Air Force. Current score of the game, Utah State 0, Air Force 29 in the second quarter with 7 minutes left. Utah State ball, we need them to go score. They get the ball at half. They need to go score again. They need to get a stop. They need to score again. They need to get another stop, and then they score again, and we cover the spread. I think it still has a very good shot. Utah State can still do it, but let's move on to our plays for tomorrow. Trey starts off.
I love the optimism there. I'm going to be attacking the San Jose State Spartans versus Toledo Rockets game. I'm really excited to watch this game because we're getting 2 fun, high-scoring teams in college football here. San Jose State, they averaged 34.7 points per game with a pretty balanced attack. They averaged 212 passing yards with 174 rushing yards per game. Toledo, they are a high-scoring team. They average 49.5 points per game this season, but they are balanced as well, but they dominate through the air. They average 304 passing yards with 179 rushing yards per game. So Toledo's team, they are just a team full of dogs, especially their offense, and this is also a home game for them. So give me Toledo here. I'm going to buy a full point and take it at minus 6.5 to avoid that touchdown. But for the sake of the video, it's not out yet, so I'll just say minus 7.5. In Toledo, they're led by Daquan Finn, and he is the ultimate dog because look for him to get a couple passing touchdowns in this game and run one in as well. San Jose State's defense is not all that good, and Toledo's offense is elite. There should be a ton of points scored, but I'm not going to take the over in this game. So give me Toledo here, minus 6.5 in this game versus San Jose State.
One of the most electric players in the nation on Toledo and Finn. I wish that he was in an SEC school so we can see his true talent. But, yeah, I love that play there in the action, Trey. Seth, what's your play?
I'm going to take App State minus 8.5 spread over ECU. This App State team went toe-to-toe with the Tar Heels last week before losing a heartbreaking game in overtime. App State has a very good chance to dominate this game as East Carolina has really struggled through their first 2 games, only averaging 8 points per game and have only managed 252 yards of total offense per game. East Carolina came into the year with 2 quarterbacks with no collegiate starts to their name, and this has shown early in their season. This is a tough App State team that can put up points and in a hurry, as we saw against North Carolina. They have a very favorable matchup against a defense that has allowed 30.5 points per game to go along with 397 total yards per game allowed to opposing offenses. App State has started the season scoring 39.5 points per game, which I look for them to continue in this game. If this inexperienced East Carolina offense is going to get things turned around, this would be the game for them to at least show they can score some points, as App State has allowed 32 points per game and 443.5 yards per game. I do like the over in this game, as well as App State puts up points fast, and they like to give up points as well. I think East Carolina can do better than 8 points in this game, but I don't think they are going to get close enough to this high-powered App State offense to cover the spread. So I will take the spread at minus 8.5, and I'm going to go ahead and take over 47.5 points in this game as well.
Yeah, so I like those plays. For my play today, it's going to be Western Michigan going up against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Give me Iowa minus 27.5. I'm also going to take the team total over 35.5. Everybody knows that I'm a MAC conference guy through and through. I think of that conference as my little baby boy, but Daddy needs to go away for just a little bit because baby's going to shit the bed in this game, and I don't want to clean it up. Western Michigan has not looked good in any of their games. They beat St. Francis by 18 points, who they shouldn't have struggled with at all. Then they got absolutely smacked in the mouth against Syracuse, losing that game 48-7. Syracuse, in my opinion, is not a very good team. Iowa should, at the very least, match that score line that Syracuse put up on them. There's also this little nugget about the Iowa offensive coordinator, Brian Ferentz, who needs to an average 25 points per game to add 2 more years to his contract. They scored 24 against Utah State, and they scored 20 against Iowa State. This is the only remaining game on the schedule they can hang 50 points on a team. They played Penn State, Michigan State, Purdue, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Northwestern, Rutgers, Illinois, and Nebraska. Of those teams, they might be able to score 25 on one of them. The entire kitchen sink is going to be thrown at Western Michigan today as the OC tries to keep his job hanging 50 on Western Michigan. There's also a button in FanDuel for the Hawkeyes to win by 43-plus points, and that is plus 500. I will be sprinkling that as well. I think they score 50, and I don't think Western Michigan scores in this game. Hawkeyes minus 27.5. Hawkeyes by 43-plus points. Hawkeyes team total over 35.5 as my 3 plays. Guys, go to the player props. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I'm going to be 0-1. I gave out Roman Hemby over 79.5 rushing yards versus Virginia. He started the game hot. He got a touchdown in the early first quarter, and then he exited the game with an Achilles injury. Very, very hurt my soul and probably hurt Roman Hemby's as well.
Seth?
Yeah, we should be 1-0. We took Army quarterback Bryson Daly to go over 51.5 rushing yards in this game. It's currently the third quarter with 7 minutes left to play, and he already has 50 rushing yards, so we only need 1 more here. I think he should get this easy, and we should be 1-0.
Yeah, and I have Dyches, the tight end for Maryland, to go over 34.5 receiving. He currently has 18 in the middle of the third quarter. Only 2 targets, but he has both those catches. 18 so far. He needs another big catch. I think he's going to cash this as well for us because Maryland is currently driving on Virginia, and he's probably going to get it on this drive. I'm just going to be optimistic about it. But let's look at our plays for tomorrow. Trey, start us off.
That'd be a win-win for my game and your prop. But I'm going to be going over to the player props. I'm going to start us off here. The receiving yards prop. I'm going to go over to Travis Hunter, and I'm going to take his over 74.5 receiving yards in this game. I really expect him to show up and show out in this game. Colorado State, they are the ultimate subpar competition, and they got these boys buzzing earlier on in the week with their head coach making a very dumbass comment, and it's going to come back to bite them. And with Travis Hunter already on a roll for his Heisman, and with Travis Hunter already on a roll with his Heisman candidacy, I think he's going to use this game as a start-off point for him. He's going to get a pick and put up over 100 receiving yards in this game. And whenever you factor in that Colorado State's passing defense is brutal, how brutal? Well, they allow 466 passing yards per game, which is the second highest in all of college football. This game's going to be a blowout. I honestly wanted to give out Shedeur Sanders over passing yards, but I think that Travis Hunter is going to show up in this game, so I'll stick with him here. I think he's going to go over 74.5 receiving yards, maybe by halftime. So that's where I'm going to be going with Travis Hunter here. Let's go.
I like it, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, I'm going to go to a fantasy score prop, and I'm going to take Drake Maye under 21.5 fantasy points. This prop started out at 24.5 and has since dropped to 21.5 as they are figuring Maye might struggle a little bit against this Minnesota defense. I really like the under here as I'm all in on this Big Ten defense Minnesota has. They have allowed 16 points combined to their opponents over their first 2 games. This defense is tied for 7th in total yards per game, allowing only 223.5. But here's the big thing. This Minnesota defense is second in all of college football against the pass. They're allowing only 92.5 pass yards per game and have only allowed 1 passing touchdown over their first 2 games. Drake Maye has not looked like the version of himself from last season and definitely hasn't looked like a player that was an early Heisman favorite. North Carolina has relied heavily on the run game with the struggles of Maye. Could it be that he lost his best receiver in Josh Downs? I'm not sure, but the thing I do know for sure is it will be very difficult for him to turn things around in this game with how stout this Minnesota defense is. Grab this prop at under 21.5 fantasy score for Drake Maye.
Yes, I like that one as well. For my prop, it's going to be Will Rogers to go over 1.5 passing touchdowns against the LSU Tigers. So far, so good for Rogers this season with the Mississippi State Bulldogs, having 5 passing touchdowns and hitting this number in both of his games so far. This will be their toughest test of the season, but Mississippi State tends to be run-heavy, and LSU will not let them run the ball in this game. The front 4 for the LSU Tigers is very good, and I think for Mississippi State to win this game, they're going to have to put the ball in the hands of Will Rogers. The secondary for LSU isn't that good, but neither is the Mississippi State wide receivers. I do think they will be able to get open a few times in this game, especially if they go down early and Mississippi State is forced to throw the ball every play. We saw Travis Jordan for Florida State throw for 4 touchdowns against LSU. I'm willing to bet that Will Rogers can get us 2 in this game. So give me Will Rogers over 1.5 passing touchdowns against LSU as my play. Guys, that's going to do it for NCAA football plays for Saturday, September 16th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a link in this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Just want to let everyone know that while we do give out free picks, plays, and predictions on our YouTube channel, we also have a website for you to check out. On our website, bearsprofitplays.com, you can subscribe to the website absolutely free with an email and gain access to our written articles about upcoming sporting events. If you're really looking to make some cash, we have an option to become a member of our website. If you become a member, you will gain access to our Locks of the Week, which are written articles that go in depth as to why we are picking that particular outcome. As of now, our member plays have been red hot, hitting over 60% of our plays. If you don't want to become a member, it's no sweat. We are here to try and make you guys some money. That's our main goal. So come on over to bearsprofitplays.com and subscribe for free. Check us out, follow our free picks, and see for yourself that our member plays are a great investment for you. Thanks for watching.